Hola muchachos, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Aquí tienen el horario para hoy, miércoles el 16 de febrero. Your homework due for today were the guided workbook pages 83 and 84, página 83 y 84, y también core workbook page 44. You can take a look at the daily agenda video from the previous class for guidance on how to complete those pages. Our learning target for today is to express completed actions in the simple past tense for you guys to talk about your daily life, your experiences in the simple past. Warm up for today is to continue that work and to talk about 3 things that you did earlier this morning to get your day started. You can see my example there. Esta mañana yo me desperté a las 5:30, caminé y comí cereal. So this is the verb despertarse. You may recall from the first semester, it's the verb to wake up. This is the verb caminar. You may recognize from Spanish 1, it's to walk. And this is the verb comer, the verb to eat. And you can see how I used my preterite tense endings for AR, ER, and IR verbs in the yo form to talk about my morning. These are the endings that we've been focused on for the past few weeks now. So that's your warm-up, 3 things that you did earlier this morning to get ready, conjugating those verbs in the past. Again, we'll go over the homework that was due for today. You have until the end of today to submit it. We're actually going to skip the reading comprehension practice. We did reading comprehension last class. We're going to focus more time on the reviewing of the homework, going over questions that you have, and then also giving you guys an opportunity to start your homework in class. 2 things for next class, your presentación oral, oral presentation, and that's on page 121, Encontré más gangas. We'll look at that in just a moment. And then you have a quiz next class on the preterite tense. Now, talking about that quiz, what can you do to prepare? Page 110. Take a look at those notes that you took. The preterite is just a fancy word for past. Talked about how we use the preterite endings to express past actions. The 3 parts to a verb are the same 3 parts that we use for the preterite. The infinitive, the stem, and the ending. Those are the 3 parts to a verb. Infinitive, stem, and ending. We remove the AR ending, ER ending, IR ending from the infinitive. You're left with the stem, and then these are the endings that you should be familiar with in the preterite past tense. Remember that verbs that have a stem change in the present do not have a stem change in the past. So stem changing verbs, you're going to leave that stem intact. And then also remember, Kargar-Zar verbs in the yo form have a spelling change only in the yo form. And you can see those spelling changes articulated there on page 110. So page 110 would be the page that I would go through. I would go over the exercises that we did together at the beginning of the chapter on page 13. You have that in your notes. Also, page 15 is great practice. Let's see, for the context clues as well of verbs in the past. Take a look at the workbook pages that I assigned you. Take a look at your warm-up responses that you've been doing, again, over the past few class periods. So let's go over the homework that's due for next class as well, and that's again, Presentación oral encontré más gangas, page 121 in the textbook. So hypothetically speaking, imagine that you just got $200 for your birthday. No strings attached, no money you need to put in savings. You can do whatever you want with this $200. What would you purchase, or what experiences would you enjoy? How would you spend that money, basically? And you're going to answer these 4 questions, and you can kind of see this is a model that you can that you can go after. And we also started this together in class, and I'm just going to quickly review what's expected. You can see the rubric there at the very bottom. Again, mainly focused on the correct endings in the preterite in terms of the grammar. You've answered all 4 questions, and then more in the same, no errors with regard to the endings that the endings of the verbs that you've elected to choose. And this is out of 15 points, and it will go under your test project quiz grade. 4 questions you have to answer. Number 1, ¿qué compraste? What did you buy? So here you're going to indicate the things that you would purchase with that $200. You're going to conjugate the verb comprar in the yo form in the preterite using those past tense endings. For example, yo compré una chaqueta nueva. Yo compré zapatos nuevos. Nuevo or nueva means new. I'm talking about articles of clothing, right? Yo compré una chaqueta nueva, or yo compré unos zapatos nuevos. Yo compré un teléfono nuevo. However you want to spend that money. And you can look up the vocabulary of the things, the items that you want to buy. You can use the dictionary for that. ¿Dónde? Is asking, where did you decide to go? You're going to use the verb decidir in your response. Yo decidí ir al centro comercial. I decided to go to the mall. Yo decidí ir a San Francisco, a Livermore, a Monterrey, a San Jose. En línea. En línea is online if you want to do your shopping online. ¿Cuánto pagaste? Using the verb pagar is asking how much did you pay for each of the items that you purchased. You're going to want to express those numbers in Spanish. So don't say the number in English. Say it in Spanish. And you can go to page 99. 99 gives you all of the numbers that we looked at about a month ago. And then dollars in Spanish is dólares. Yo pagué $100 por mi chaqueta nueva. Yo pagué $50 para mis zapatos nuevos. Okay? So yo pagué, remember pagar is a cargar-zar verb, so it's going to have that spelling change in the yo form. And then lastly, ¿por qué te gustan? Why do you like what you purchased? Is it to enjoy a hobby, or is it for a special occasion that's coming up? Yo me gustan mis zapatos nuevos porque me gusta correr. Yo me gustan mis zapatos nuevos porque me gustan correr. Yo me gusta mi chaqueta nueva porque me gusta ir a San Francisco. Me gusta visitar San Francisco. Can't go to the city without a jacket, right? Me gusta or me gustan mis pelotas de béisbol porque me gusta practicar béisbol. Whatever it is your hobby or passion, tie that into the items that you elected to purchase. So running it back, what did you buy? Using the verb comprar in the past. ¿Dónde decidiste ir? Where did you decide to go? Use the verb decidir in the past and indicate where you decided to go shopping. ¿Cuánto pagaste? How much did you pay? Use the verb pagar in the yo form in the past to indicate how much you paid for each of the items. And ¿por qué te gustan? Why do you like what you purchased? Include some images if you can in your video and submit that in a Canvas. And remember to prepare for your quiz on Tuesday. reviewing page 110. Hasta luego, muchachos. Adiós.